We got some great NFL 100 content coming up this fall on NFL Network. Right now, getting a look at Ryan Fitzpatrick heading into his 15th NFL season and his 8th NFL franchise, and very much in the running to be the Miami Dolphins starting quarterback this year. And from Santa Clara here, we head to Davie, Florida, where Judy Batista is standing by with the Dolphins quarterback. Take it away, Judy.
Well, fresh off the practice field, Ryan Fitzpatrick. 15 seasons for you. How does this one feel different?
I feel old out here a little bit, trying to relate to some of the younger guys about certain things. I got to ask my kids, what's cool and what songs are in and new now. But, new team, new environment, but a lot of energy here with a new coach, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Does that actually take a different set of leadership skills? Because this is a team in transition, a lot of younger players in here, and you're sort of the gray beard. Your beard is not gray, but you're the gray beard of the group. Does it take a little bit different?
I think leadership kind of comes in all shapes and sizes, and you just have to be yourself. You have to be real. You have to be authentic, and people just, in my career at least, the things that I've done and the way that I've worked tend to follow who I am and my lead and my example, and I just try to be the same guy every day and hope that guys respect that and decide to follow me.
Where do you think you are in your career, like in terms of performance? Like, how are you doing this in year 15?
Well, it's taken a lot of teamwork, for my wife and kids and my family, moving around and kind of sacrificing everything for, allowing me to be able to pursue what I love. But every year gets harder on that end of it. But being out here on the football field, I absolutely love it. I've got so much energy. I feel like I'm better now than I've ever been in terms of seeing the field and throwing the ball. So all of that stuff hopefully will result in a great year this year.
Brian Flores said, I think it caught a few of us by surprise that he came out and said it earlier this week, but that you're leading the quarterback competition here. What do you think you've done? What have you shown them in these week to 10 days that you've been out here to take the lead?
Well, it was a long off season with the OTAs and getting everything installed, and now with training camp here, we really haven't done a whole lot. We've got to continue to get better and continue to prove who we are and what we're going to be as an offense. And today was a great indication for us with our little mock scrimmage here that we're not close to being there yet. We've got a lot of stuff we can work on and improve, and we'll continue to do that.
It was a little bit raggedy, what we could see. There was, some stops and starts. What do you think if you had to hone in on something specific that you have to improve? What is it?
There was a lot of stuff, but a lot of yellow flags out there, whether it was holding or hands to the face on defense or procedural stuff. So stuff that we could definitely correct. But at this point in the process, we're better than a lot of what happened out there today. So we'll just continue to look at it and work on it.
Are you expecting to be the starter in week 1 in the regular season?
I'm expecting to continue to get better as it goes on and continue to put the work in. And, I think, if I can do that, then I'll just continue to put my best foot forward.
Certainly, in the last few years, the last few stops of your career, you've also been around younger quarterbacks. You did it with Jameis last year. How are you and Josh sort of coexisting, and have you given him any advice? Has he asked you for advice?
Well, we spend a lot of time together between me and Josh and Jake and Jerry, the quarterback coach. We spend a lot of time in that room, so some of it is on a personal level and a lot of it is business as well. So I think we have a good rapport. I think we've got a good group that's going to help each other and work towards a common goal and all that. And playing the position of quarterback is hard enough. You need to make sure you have as many guys in your corner, as you can, and that room alone is very important to our success.
Look, we're seeing quarterbacks play into their 40s now. How much longer do you think you want to be doing this?
Well, yeah, my past's been a little different than the guys that are
Yes.
playing on the same team or two teams till they're 40. So that might be a better question for my wife since it's team number 8. But I still love playing. So
As long as there's a team, that would.
we'll see. But I love playing football.
Great. Ryan, thanks very much. Lots of luck this season.
All right.
Brett, back to you.
All right, Judy, thanks very much. Judy tried. She asked him if he was expecting to be the starting quarterback there in Davie, Florida, but that was a 15-year pro on the mic answering that question. Fitzpatrick saying he expects to get better. every day, of course, as the Dolphins continue practice. I think it's interesting as well. We talked about some of the personnel earlier. They lost their leading rusher from a year ago in Frank Gore. They lost their leading receiver from a year ago as well. So, you've got a guy like Kenyon Drake, though, who's the only player to go over 1,000 scrimmage yards for this Dolphins team that's back this year. So, they've got some challenges for sure. I also think it's interesting. We might be underplaying what kind of player Kenyon Drake is. Yeah. According to Pro Football Focus, he forced the third most missed tackles last year. It's the third highest forced missed tackle rate according to PFF. So, I mean, the guy's elusive.
I think that's where it's going to start. When you come in there and you game plan and you get ready for ball games, I think it starts with Kenyon Drake. It's all about how many times can we get the ball into Kenyon Drake's hands, whether it's handing it off to him, whether it's in the pass game, how many opportunities can we get him the ball, and most and foremost, can we get him in space? Because when he has the ball in space, it's tough to tackle him. He's a big back. He's an elusive back. So if we can get some DBs or, some of them safeties trying to come down and tackle him in space, I think they will bet on Kenyon Drake making him miss. So I think it starts there, and then, you can use him to open the pass game.
And that to, a guy like Albert Wilson as well. If you remember 2 years ago with the Chiefs starting quarterback, I mean, he was a big part of that explosive Chiefs offense. So, I think getting him back will be a big plus for this Dolphins team as well. But I want to talk defense a little bit because I want to talk rookies. Christian Wilkins, the top draft choice for the Miami Dolphins, number 13 overall, defensive tackle out of Clemson, a two-time national champion. You want to talk about a guy who knows what it takes to win, albeit in college, but at the highest level. That guy right there is about as good as it gets.
100%. And the best thing about it is the quickest way to the quarterback is
right through the middle. Come on.
So, I mean, if he can apply some pressure and, obviously you got a lockdown corner and Howard on the outside, but if he can provide some pressure consistently, getting the quarterback off his spot, I think that's going to help the Dolphins. But listen, it starts on the defensive line, man. First and foremost, they got to be able to stop the run, and you got to be able to get after the passer. It doesn't matter who you have in the back end. So, them drafting him, they're starting off well, and I think he'll play some big time football.
And we will hear from Christian Wilkins. Judy Batista will talk with the Dolphins rookie right after this on Inside Training Camp Live.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm in the building. What you gonna do?